tonight, but I fucking love him to death, this guy right here, guys. He's ready to help. That porta potty right there, whoever's in there shitting right now, that porta potty, he's the one who helped me get that porta potty right there. Yeah. We built it together out of melted plastics and shit we found in the alleys. Nice. He's heckling his own intro right now, this guy. Lewis is heckling his own intro. That is very unique. He's a very unique individual, and like, you know when there's like a party at a house and somebody starts acting up and they're like, whose friend's this? And you gotta be like, fuck, man, that's my friend. You know, that's this guy to me. Everybody, give it up for my friend. Everybody give it up for my friend, Louis Jesse Ricardo Martinez, everybody.
I brought my ashtray up because you can smoke up here. Friends let you smoke in their backyard. You know what I mean? Hell yeah. Phil said I didn't have no friends at the beginning of the night. I'm just going to talk about my friends for sure. And I'm talking about real life friends, flesh and blood friends that you could see, that you could steal porta potties with. Those kind of friends, you know what I mean? Not your book face friends. And if you got AI friends, you're in trouble, buddy. They ain't real, you know what I mean? Your Tesla's your AI friend, you're fucked, yo. Talking about real friends. I don't take even the word friends lightly. Like, you know those people that use the word friend real lightly? You see them coming up behind you when they're in line, and they're right behind you, and they're like, hey, friend. Can I go in front of you? I turn to those people and I go like this. I'm not your friend. I like to start conversations real nice like that. You know what I mean? But anyways, I don't take the word friend lightly at all. I got a bunch of friends. Some of them are good. Some of them are bad. I'm usually the bad friend, you guys. Yo, Phil, loan me $20. See, I'm the bad friend. Because I don't pay back on time. But I do pay back. But anyways, you know, I got bad friends too. I'll tell you about one of them right now. He's a shitty Mexican Raiders fan. From the LBC. You know where the LBC's at? Lafayette, Boulder County. It's right up the road, you guys. Real nice place. My homeboy, he's from the LBC. Cool guy Marcos, he used to sell dope up there. You might be saying, why are you throwing him under the bus? He's dead, all right? He died from the swine flu a long time ago. He was a good friend, but he is an asshole too, you know what I mean? It's like, I remember one time we got a bunch of drugs and we stopped at 7-Eleven and I'm taking him home. And this dude's yelling at his old lady outside of the 7-Eleven. He's like, you dumb bitch, what the fuck? You know, and it looks like he's gonna hit her. And I was like, yo, should we go help her? And my homeboy Marcos goes, nah, bro. We got too much dope on us. Maybe we should mind our own business. Great idea, great idea. So we jump in the car, and then some dude walks out of the 7-Eleven with his nachos, and he goes over to that guy, and he's like, hey, buddy, hey, stop yelling at that lady. And that dude straight up goes like this, mind your own fucking business, and he just smashed dude's nachos all over him and stuff, you know what I mean? So that, mind your own business, all right, you guys? It's real easy to do. It's like my grandma, she smoked to be 100 and something. And she didn't live smoking, she lived to be 100 and something because she minded her own fucking business, you know what I mean, you guys? But my homeboy Marcos, man, he was cool. He used to sell dope at both bars in the LBC, you know what I mean? Real sharp guy. And he'd be shooting pool, talking shit. I don't play games. I was like, fool, you're playing the game right now, son, you know what I mean? And he was just crazy. He was a crazy cat. Like, I'd give him a ride up to Lafayette, and he'd be like, I'll give you a couple 40s, you give me a ride up to Lafayette. And he wouldn't give me the 40s until we crossed on 128th into Lafayette. And I was like, why do you do that, bro? And he goes, because if I get busted, I want to go to Boulder County jails. They're real nice, you know what I mean? So, smart dope dealer. He's a cool guy. I'm serious. He was sharp. This kid was sharp. I miss him. We met cool people at the bar too, you guys. For real, there's this old dude. He's like a rock and roll guy, leather jacket. He had like a Pink Floyd shirt cut out and pinned to his leather jacket. You know, he was a cool dude, you know. It looked like he wore mascara, but he didn't have mascara on. He was a cool fucking dude, you know, this guy. And we're hanging out, we're all chilling, and he goes up to my homeboy Marcos. He goes, yo, Marcos, hook me up with a couple 40s on the front. I get my royalty check next week. My homeboy Marcos would be like, yo, fuck you, Johnny Has-Been. I can't just be giving coke away, you know what I mean, motherfucker? If you want a line, they're on the toilet paper roll in the bathroom. And that's good business. He's getting people hooked. He's selling, you know, Marcos was a smart guy, this guy, you know? But then old Johnny Has-Been comes back like about an hour later. Yo, Marcos, can I get a couple 40s? Yo, fuck you, Johnny Has-Been. Go sit down. I haven't sold shit yet, motherfucker. You know, and I felt bad for old Johnny Has-Been. So I got a couple 40s on the front. Me and Johnny Has-Been go back to his crib. This motherfucker starts ripping off tinfoil. I'm like, whoa, Johnny Has-Been, I only do lines. Johnny Has-Been tells this to me, you guys. He goes, well, fuck that, homeboy. You're smoking flat crack with me tonight, son. And I'm like, what? Flat crack is quite enjoyable, you guys. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna lie. You don't get a sinus infection the next day. I mean, flat crack was very enjoyable. But then we're walking through his front room to go have a cigarette, because, man, that shit gets you high. Like, you know, it's pretty good stuff, you know. But walking through his front room, and this guy, he's got Steve Miller Band stuff everywhere, you guys. Gold records. I mean, he's got Steve Miller Band shit everywhere, bro. And I'm like, damn, fool. You must be a big Steve Miller Band fan. And he goes, nah, homeboy. That's me, Johnny Haslick, original Steve Miller Band member. And I'm like, what? I don't think you guys understand. This guy would buy crack cocaine with the Joker song, like whenever it went, bring, bring, that's like a 40. All right, you guys, that's how sharp Johnny Haslick was. Original, my hero, Johnny Haslick, original Steve Miller Band member. The best was like about 6 months later. I'm watching that VH1 Behind the Music. There's my homeboy Johnny Haslick getting kicked out of the Steve Miller Band. Doing too much heroin and shit, dude, you know what I mean? He's all fucked up. And I was like, I know that guy, fuck, what? What? But the best was like 3 weeks after that, I'm watching Johnny Haslick get kicked out of my homeboy's aunt's mariachi band at the LBC. He couldn't sing, he smoked too much. He sounded like this, he couldn't sing, you know, smoking all that flat crack and shit, you know, poor guy. He's dead too. Yeah. Marcos was crazy when he did flat crack too. That dope dealer guy, he was crazy, you guys. For real, one time we were smoking flat crack and this fool keep telling me to hold the flat crack lower. And then lower, and then I'm on one knee, and we're doing flat crack on one knee. And then he keeps going lower and lower, and we're like army guys doing flat crack on the ground in the bathroom, you know what I mean? He was crazy. I remember one time we was doing flat crack in the homeboy's bathroom, and he kept having me go throw the tinfoil away in the downstairs trash, right? And then like 10 minutes later, he'd be like, yo, fool, go make sure that trash can's not on fire, fool. And I'd have to go down the stairs, and then his cousins, you'll hear about him here in a little bit, but his cousins in the closet pounding, quit running up and down my fucking stairs. So I was like, yo, I can't go downstairs, homeboy's mad, and he goes, here's $20, run down, sneak downstairs and make sure the trash can's not on fire. I'm like, man, this dude's crazy. I think I walked away with like $80 and a half a gram of Coke, just checking if the trash can was on fire, you know what I mean? I made out like a bandit. That's my crazy homeboy Mark. You want to hear about a good friend? Yeah, this is my good friend. I miss him. He's dead too. Right away, I'll tell you right away, all right? But my homeboy Ed, man, he's like your first friend out of high school that you meet at a job, you know? I taught him how to grind, not sexual. Is that like a welding place, you know what I mean? I taught him how to grind metal and shit, you know? And then we worked together at the sewer company. Me and him worked at the sewer company. Then I got fired by the drug sniffing horse sound. That's a totally different story, but it's real. Me and him both worked there and shit. But man, I miss my homeboy Ed. Found out some crazy shit about him playing those drinking games. You guys play drinking games? Never have I ever? Like if I said, never have I ever had a finger in my ass. Everybody should be fucking drinking right now, dude. You're approved. You know what I mean? Fuck that shit. But I was trying to get my little gay homeboy Chris to drink. So I go, yeah, never have I ever tasted a guy's cum. And little Chris, he drinks. Then all the homegirls, they drink because they're good girls. You know what I mean? But anyways. And then my homeboy Ed, Chris's older brother, he drinks too. And we're like, what? Not each other, right? You know, we went right to the dirt, you know, right? And he's like, no, fool, nah, bro. And we're like, well, you gotta tell us. You gotta tell us. And he fucked up and told us, you guys. He really did. He fucked up and told us. He goes, yeah. So I was jerking off. And this is old school jerking off, you guys. This is like early 2000s jerking off. You had to go get a DVD at the dirty bookstore, and you had to dodge some dude in high heels and fishnets and shit with a full beard, you know what I mean, at the dirty bookstore. It was fucked up back then, dude. Worse than just a pinky nail. Go to the dirty bookstore on 56 and Federal and shit. I grew up right by that fucking joint. It wasn't no arcade, I'll tell you that right now, son. No kid should go in there and shit. But he's all, yeah, I got a DVD, and I went back to the crib, and he had a PlayStation 2, you know what I mean, with the controller, fast forward and rewind. Ooh, that's how you jerked off back in the day. You fucking kids are so lucky with your little tablets and Pornhub and shit. I mean, this is old school jerking off, dude. Like, and he's like, yeah, I was fucking waxing that shit. I was like, oh. He's like, and I was about to come, and I was like, and what happened? He's like, I threw a sock on my dick. I was like, everybody does that, son. But he goes, yeah, but I was jerking, and then I looked down, and I see the head of my dick sticking through a hole in the sock. And I'm like, oh, what happened? He's like, I just came, I just squirted. He's like, and then I felt it on the roof of my mouth. He's like, and then it slid onto my tongue like a booger, and I'm like, and then he goes, all I could do is go like this. Go? And I was like, oh, hell no. But he's dead, so I'll tell that story for him, you know what I mean? That's my homeboy Ed. I miss that motherfucker, dude. Irish Indian, you know what that means? Double drunk, that motherfucker, you know what I mean? Played good ping pong in the garage and shit. We had a blast, you know what I mean? I miss him. Me and him seen a UFO together. I'm not even fucking lying, you know what I mean? If I could call heaven, I'd call him right now and shit, you know, so he could back me up. But we seen a UFO. Happens to be the same night I did cocaine dabs for the first time.
What the fuck is that?
It's crack, if you don't know what I mean? It's not just flack, it's real crack, you know what I mean? But anyways, I'll tell you that story too right now, you know what I mean? So, the dude we left, and me and Marcos, when we had all that dope on us, this was this guy's house, all right, you guys? He's the homeboy Mario. He's dead too, that's why I'm saying his name, all right, you guys? But the homeboy Mars, he was crazy. I remember we'd be like playing softball, we'd go back to his crib to smoke weed, and I'd load up weed in a weed pipe, and I'd hit it, and I'd be like, yo, fool, this shit tastes... He's like, oh, don't use that pipe, fool. Because he's smoking crack out of weed pipes, you know what I mean? This guy's crazy. This dude is insane. So I go to Mario's house one night, me and Ed, we're stopping on the way to our crib, and he says, just come inside. So I go inside, I go upstairs, and this fool's in his closet like this. He's going like this, you guys. Go. So I go in that closet, right, you guys? This motherfucker's got a closet inside of that fucking closet, and he's in that closet now going. So I go in that closet too, you guys. And then this fool, he loads up a big old hit of cocaine dabs, and he does. And then he hands it to me, and I go, yo, bro, I just do lines and maybe flat crack every once in a while, you know what I mean? But I was like, yo, bro, I don't know, man, you know? And then he goes like this, he goes, So I tried cocaine dabs for the first time, you guys. That's really enjoyable, all right? You know, I'm not gonna fucking lie. Fuck that shit. If you cook crack in cognac, it tastes like licorice. Everybody would smoke crack, all right, motherfuckers? But anyways, I take a big old hit, and this fool goes like this. He goes, And then he reaches down in the bottom drawer, and he pulls out a Tupperware. And this shit's got the pearly white cocaine. I mean, this shit looks dope. And yeah, I dropped my glass on that cocaine too, son. You know what I mean? But anyways, this fool, he breaks me off with like 1.5 grams for $70. That's a good deal, right, bro? He's a super good deal. He's like, I wish I could get that deal right now, buddy. But anyway. Yeah, we just got to go to California after this, all right, bro? But anyways, this fool breaks me off real nice, and then we're walking out of the closet into the first closet and then into his room, and the orange and blue lights drive by from the snowplow, right, you guys? And this motherfucker grabs me, and he pulls me back into the closet, and that's kidnapping, you guys, because I didn't want to go back into either one of those fucking closets, all right? But he's dead, so the statue's dead and all that shit, but he's cool. He's not going to get arrested. But, yeah, he drugged me back in there, and these are the first words he told me all night. He goes like this, did you bring the cops? And I was like, nah, fool. That's a snowplow, bro. He's all, it wasn't snowing when I came in here. And I was like, when'd you come in here? He's all, Thursday night after the Nuggets game. I was like, motherfucker, it's Saturday, dude. It's fucking Saturday, bro. He's all, oh shit, I better take a shower or something, you know what I mean? And I was like, yeah, you should, dude. You fucking should, buddy. And then I left from there. When I left from there, my homeboy was like, what the fuck happened? I was like, fuck, I'm all high on crack, bro. Just 1 sec. I gotta drive real quick, you know? So I started driving, and we're driving, and we're going over the 36 highway on 92nd over there in Whitesminster and shit, you know what I mean? And when we're going over the bridge, we just see this thing go into the sky, go, pew. And I was like, oh shit. Because it was like the Predator, like UFO was Predator, and then you could see it, and it was teal. So I asked my homeboy Ed, I was like, yo, fool, what color was that? Because I didn't want to lead him on that. I think we seen you. He goes, that shit was teal. And I was like, yo, dog. Yo, fool. Yo, bro. Homie. I was like, we just seen UFO. And he's like, I think we did, bro. And I was like, for real, this is tight. That was crazy. That was insane. And we're like, it was just like that. And he was like, yeah, bro. It was like, it was there, and then it wasn't there, and then it was. I was high on crack, but this one was talking faster than me and shit. You know what I mean? And then we get all the way back to the crib, and we're chopping up lines, playing some ping pong in the garage, having a good old time. You know what I mean? Chilling, a fucking kegerator full of Blue Moon with oranges on the top. We're fucking having a good old time, son. Nobody believed we seen a UFO. Nobody. They're like, Lou, you're all high on crack. And this guy comes in his own fucking mouth. Nobody believes what he fucking says. Nobody. But I miss my homeboy Ed, man. He used to sing Sublime. He'd be like, it smells like Lou Dog inside the van. Oh, yeah. You know, I miss that. Oh, man, I'm going to talk about my best friend, all right, you guys? He's just like me. He's a good friend. Horrible friend, somebody you want to kill. I'm gonna talk about my dad, you guys. You know what I mean? You guys down with that? Yeah. My dad was a good and horrible person. That's like I got with this chick in the DEA, and she's like, "You didn't get busted in '87 with 10 kilos of cocaine, did you?" No, that's my dad. He really did. He was a baller. He had a Uzi pocket and everything. He sold a lot of cocaine back in the day and shit. But he'd always be there for every one of my baseball games. Thanks. To Big Lou.
Yeah.
I remember when he threw a brick through my windshield. This is how I found out my dad's hilarious. All right, you guys? I'm serious. He's like, yo, give me a ride to the dope house. I was like, fuck you, Big Lou. I ain't got no gas. Get out of here. I'm at my auntie's house down the road from my grandma's. And I'm inside watching Dragon Ball. I was like, just let me watch Dragon Ball, motherfucker. You know what I mean? And he's like, no, we gotta go. And I was like, let me watch Dragon Ball 15 minutes. He's all, fuck you, dog. And so I closed the door on him and everything. We're sitting there, and all I hear is, psh, and I go outside, and there's a brick right through the middle of my fucking windshield. And there goes my fucking fat dad running. 40-year-old crackhead, fast as fuck, all right, you guys? I'm fucking 19. I could have catch him for like 12 blocks and shit, you know what I mean? I gave up. I was like, I don't know, this fool's gonna have a heart attack because my dad had a big heart because of the cocaine, you know what I mean? But real big heart, Big Lou. It's like because he loved everybody, you know what I mean? But yeah, my dad was crazy. Like, I'll show you how crazy I am. This is why I think drugs are fucking cool. Straight up, drugs are fucking awesome, man. I remember my dad had open heart surgery because, like I said, he had a big heart because he loved everybody and shit. So he had a valve problem. So they did him up, fucking fixed his valves, but then he had a tube down his throat and in his lungs just sucking out crazy stuff like tar from cigarettes and shit. And then in this tar, there's little fucking crystals in there. And I asked the doctor, what the fuck is that? And the doctor goes, oh, that's crystal meth. It recrystallizes in your lungs. And I'm like, what? What the fuck? Because there was a lot in there, you guys. There was a fucking lot, dude. I was like, what the fuck? Are you serious? And then when my dad's getting that tube taken out of his throat, he writes on my arm that he wanted Mickey D's sweet tea. You know what I mean? So I went and got him 2 big old glasses of sweet tea. He was all happy. They take that shit out of his throat. He does a little bit of water. Then he drinks some sweet tea and he goes, oh, thanks, son. And the doctor goes, Mr. Martinez, please do not talk. Do not talk. So my dad shakes his head like this. But then he pulls me in real close. And he whispers in my ear. He goes, hey, son, let's go rinse off that meth and sell it and get some crack, dude. And I was like, maybe tomorrow when you get out of here, bud. But that was my dad, you know what I mean? He was crazy. I fucking loved him. I miss him. Nah, the very first time I ever smoked weed, and this is how cool Friendz let you smoke weed on stage here at Thug. You know what I mean? So let me light this up. Anybody remember the very, very first time they smoked weed? Yeah. I do. I remember it. Late 90s. If you can't tell from this awesome haircut, I'm actually 44, you guys. The only one that got me beat is Addie. Maybe. But anyways, I'm old. I remember the first time I smoked weed. I smoked weed with my dad, you guys. At Elitch's. Not that piece of shit by the fucking Pepsi can neither, motherfucker. The one on 38th and Tennyson, old school, the gum tree on the log ride, you know what I mean, Elitch's. And I remember my dad was so happy when I told him, hey dad, let's smoke this weed I got. And he's all, where'd you get weed from, son? And I was like, I stole it from my mom. From under her waterbed. You guys remember waterbeds and shit, Dad? I stole it from her, and it was dope. It was tight. Let me get in the mood to finish the shit, you know what I mean? But just one second. So my dad's all happy. He's like, Hell yeah, I'm glad you got some weed, son. Because Grandma just flushed my last quarter-pound down the toilet this morning. Because the dispensary was a tin can in my dad's closet, you guys. I see you fucking dumb kids, too. I fucking hate you kids. You're like, hey, friend. Oh, there's that friend again. You're like, hey, friend. Let's go to the dispensary and get some of that sativa weed and look out the window all paranoid and stuff. Fucking pussy-ass kids, dude. I hate you kids. This is old school. This is back when weed was illegal. You get a ticket, you go to jail, huh, Mr. Beaner? Go to fucking jail for that shit. I bet you got a misdemeanor for weed or shit, probably too, huh? But like when I lived in the north side, I was the misdemeanor beaner because I sold all kinds of marijuanas, all illegals and shit. But me and my dad, we going to Elitch's. We're walking up, and I was like, "Are we gonna smoke this shit before we go into Elitch's, Dad?" And he goes, "Hell no, son. We're gonna smoke this shit in Elitch's." And I was like, "What? Are you for real?" And he goes, "Hell yeah, son, let's go." So we go into Elitch's. We get on the sky ride. It's like if you honkies go snowboarding, it's just like that, but it used to go through the park and shit, you know, on a little chairlift and shit, you know. We get on the sky ride and we start getting puffed out. We're smoking out of this cool wood pipe and we're getting stoned. And man, it was just like half baked for me, you guys. For real, I was fucked up, you guys. But it was like the Who was in my head. Not Jerry Garcia. It was like, teenage wasteland, you're all wasted. I was fucked up, you guys. I was tore up from the floor. I was stoned. And then we're going over the parking lot. And then there's some little hippie dude out in the parking lot by his bug, and he's smoking weed. He's like, and I was like, damn, Dad, smoking weed's pretty cool, huh? And he's like, hell yeah, son, smoking weed is awesome, dude. And I ain't never quit since. For real, I never got busted on probation or got caught with drugs. That's why I get to do drugs like cocaine dabs and meth and everything like that. You know what I mean? It's a cool life Big Lou's had so far. How much time has that been? Huh? 5 left? Perfect? That's pretty good, man. 25 minutes. Did you like my friend's story? I'm going to end on this, you guys. I'm going to end on this for real. All those cats are dead, right? And I'm going to miss them talking to me. I'm going to miss my homeboy Ed singing. Smelled like Lou Dog inside the van. I'm going to miss my homeboy Marcos shooting. I don't play games, fool. You know what I mean? I'm going to miss those guys saying that. I'm going to miss my homeboy Mario going, yo, don't use that pipe. I'm going to miss Johnny Haslick going, smoking flat crack with me tonight, son, you know? And I'm going to miss my dad saying, I love you, son. And I hope you guys think of me when you hear somebody say, yo, fool, loan me $20. Thank you.
Do not lend him $20, okay? Goodness gracious. He's still got like 10 more minutes left. He just got to stop crying. That's why he left. He got like 3 jokes left. That fucking guy, he owes me 10 more minutes. That fucker. Yeah, that's fucking funny. Look at him. You know, I've seen him cry a couple times. I remember the first time I seen him cry was when his dad passed away, and he was real sad. That's why he's so emotional now. And the other time was when he broke his crack pipe. So this is number 3 right here. This guy right here. Everybody give it up and make it loud for Louis Jesse Ricardo Martinez. Louis, come give us an encore. I want you to do. Yeah, okay, go ahead.
I'm gonna do new stuff, all right, guys. So I help comics fit their cars. I do brakes, oil change, all that stuff. And I just got fixing the homegirl Janae's starter. And I'm driving home, and I'm like, I realize, man, my car is jacked up. You know what I mean? Like the belt squeaks a little. You know what I mean? My windshield is dirty, you guys. It's just got like weed smoke, cigarette smoke, drug smoke all over it. You know, my windshield is dirty. It's like wearing an old pair of safety glasses. You know what I mean? That's how dirty my windshield is. And I pull up over there to 38th. You know, where the fools are cleaning your windshields with their pee in the bottle and stuff. You know what I mean? And them fools are lucky. They're lucky I like my white homeboy. He turns his squirter sideways so he can squirt them with his juice. You know what I mean? There's one fool trying to catch it like this. You know what I mean? But these fools come up to my car and they go, yo, dog, I'll clean your window. And I was like, get away, fool. It's dirty on the inside, bud. You know what I mean? And then that fool jumped in my car. This fool jumps in my car and I'm like, what the fuck, you know? So now I got him tied up in my garage, you guys. He's got a bottle of water. He ain't gonna dehydrate or nothing, you know, but he's got the chain around his neck or whatever, like fucking Breaking Bad and shit, you know, to the pole and shit. He's a nice Venezuelan, you know what I mean? It's what he wanted. He wanted to get tied up, you know what I mean? Because I found out he's not just a regular slave that like cleans windows. This fool's a sex slave too, you know what I mean? Because when I said, no, don't clean my windows, he said in perfect English to me, he goes, I'll suck your dick for $20. I was like, man, I ain't got no money. He's like, do you want to make some money? You can tie me up. And that's what I did. So I got this Venezuelan for sale, you guys. $420, okay? Hit me up at Venmo, at BIGLOU303, all caps and no spaces, and that's my YouTube. But anyways, it's not April no more, huh? Because I was going to say April Fools. April Fools. You're not going to pay $420. I'll give it to you for 2 installments of $42.00. And you, too, could own your own sex slave, regular slave, Venezuelan. Give it up for Phil. I love this backyard. Yeah. Love you guys. Thank you all for coming out. I appreciate you.
You can catch Lewis going last at every mic in town, everybody. Give it up for Lewis, Jesse, Ricardo Martinez.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah. Where are your friends? Where are your friends? Where are your friends, man? What? Where are my friends? All my friends are dead. All my friends are dead. Got kicked in the head. All my friends are dead. All my friends are dead. All my friends are dead. They got smacked in the head. All my friends are dead. I always knew that they would end up like today. They bought the bullet and they paid with hand grenades. Hey! 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 All my dreams were lies. All my dreams were lies. Life is in the skies. All my dreams were lies. All my friends are dead. All my friends are dead. They got dragged out of bed. Now they're buried in the dead.
Well, we're going to be here every Saturday, all summer long, and then we're going to be here first Fridays and third Fridays, guys. So make sure you guys come and hang out with us. It's going to be fun all summer long. Thank you guys for coming out. Thank you for all the comments.
Yeah.
Have yourselves a good night. Get on safe.